Welcome back, one and all, to the land of spooky ghosts, where I could have sworn I had done one of these recently, but those were actually Patreon exclusives, and turns out, as it were, I haven't uploaded one of these this year. So whoops. That's on me. With that in mind, though, throwing this out there, I thought we would read a story of a BS variety, one could say. And I figured, since it's been a while, or it feels like it's been a while, I don't actually know, because I don't look at any videos after I upload them, because after that point they're kind of dead to me, really. I thought it'd be nice to talk about something Zelda related, because Breath of the Wild 2, that's gonna come out in a couple years. So today, on this segment that I dare not name, but will name in a couple seconds when we hit the cutoff point, I want to tell you a story. And so, on Bullshit Creepypasta Storytime, let's talk about Midna's sorrow. We begin with, "Please help her. She's very, very lonely. The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess has to have been my most favorite game in the series. I loved how you could transform into a wolf and see things you couldn't see as a human, that things only a wolf would be able to see. And I love how the mood of the game really makes it feel like a really depressing storyline. Nothing's more fun than depression. The game really reminded me of Soul Eater, and that's good enough for me." That's setting your bar a little low. I like to settle for Yu Yu Hakusho. Now, I started playing the game in 2011. I was old enough to start using my sister's Gamecube, and I played with it all the time. And why wouldn't you? That thing has a handle. It can go with you anywhere. The Gamecube can do anything. Of course, my top priority was to beat Twilight Princess and see Midna turn into a badass-looking Twilight Princess thingy. But at some point, I was stuck on the Temple of Time for a really long time, and the internet didn't exist, and I had a little rage quit. So I put the game down for a while. Shortly afterwards, it wasn't that long of a while, as it would turn out, I started getting into other games, such as Persona 4 Golden, 2011? Wait. And Tekken with 1K, so Tekken. Tekken Tag Tournament. I love the Tekken Tag Tournament. I played as Shin Hazama. It was about 2 years since I've played Twilight Princess, which is as long as I've had my Nintendo Wii I got on Christmas. Apparently there were some time skips in the story, and we're past the glory age of handheld. I'm sorry, well, actually, no, it was a handheld, because you could take it anywhere. It had a handle. Now, don't get me wrong. I still play Zelda games, but I was sort of avoiding Twilight Princess, since I wasn't really into the game as much as I was then, seeing as though my social life had gotten bigger. My social life is much larger now than it was before. See? And I was doing more productive things aside from just playing video games. I played Persona 4 Golden. That's not even a video game. But, I decided to start playing it again soon. Because forget those important things. They're not important. You know what's important? Doing the unimportant stuff. I had gotten my Nintendo Wii booted up with the game. And my controller and my memory card from my room. Wow, that's like everything you need to play it. There was a quick white flash on the title screen, but I figured it was just a small error since I haven't touched the game in a while. Yeah, games do that. It's resentment. I pressed the start button on my controller, and was brought to the file select. Nothing out of the ordinary except... What? Don't ask me. That couldn't be right! Ellipses, end of sentence, which is also a paragraph. What? Ellipses? My first file that I was working on that was supposed to have all the fused shadows and a few pieces of the Mirror of Twilight only had 2 pieces of the fused shadows and no Mirror of Twilight, and I only had 3 hearts. Oh no, the only tunic I had was the hero's tunic, and I had the Ordin sword and the sword as part of... Wait, sword and shield as part of my equipment. What was going on? I had worked so hard to get where I was in Twilight Princess, and I was almost done with the Temple of Time, ignoring the me being lost in it thing. I would have been done theoretically if I was not lost in it. I had the Master Sword. What part were you lost in? I had all fused shadows, and I definitely wasn't stupid enough to not collect any pieces of hearts. On the way, I was shocked to see all this. This couldn't be right. Something must have happened. I smell conspiracy in everything. I selected this file and was brought to Hyrule Field in the nighttime. I was Wolf Link and Midna was on his back. I realized this was the part of the game where you have to bring Midna to Zelda in Hyrule Castle after she gets blasted by so much light thanks to Zant. Oh, yeah, of course that one. And she was too weak to even stand up. Midna's lament was playing in the background as usual, but something was off. There was nothing in the area. Hyrule Castle couldn't be seen from above. There was no trees. That's the scariest thing of all. Enemies or anything of the matter. All that was there was the grass. Of what seemed to be a never-ending plain. That's someone's nightmare. I pressed the Z button on my controller to speak to Midna. No text box appeared. The camera did zoom to Midna's face. She had a very depressed look on, and her fused shadow piece was a bit cracked. Her voice was heard. Her actual voice, I mean. And she spoke in non-gibberish words like magic. Link, where? Where were you all this time? You were gone for so long. Ellipses, there's a bunch of ellipses. We've lost everything. Someone came and stole parts of your save data while you were out. I was so sad, and Zelda, she... And then it ends. Midna then closed her eyes, but then opened them. Well, that's good. And looked straight at me. She spoke again, saying, "You're such a jerk." It's a little tame. "You let Ganon take control of both our worlds. Left me and Zelda here helpless. We were so close to saving everything. Are you happy with yourself?" I don't remember Midna being this guilt trippy, although it's been a while since I played through all of Twilight Princess. I will admit she could have gone through a tirade later in the game. But Wolf Link didn't do anything. He's a wolf. He just stood there with no expression at all, looking like a wolf. It's almost as if the game didn't intend to have some kind of response for this situation. Soon the camera zoomed out of range of Midna. She was breathing heavily like usual. That doesn't sound right. All that was in my mind was, what? Period. Duh. Period. Hell. Question mark. Exclamation point. I wasn't sure how to feel about this. I wasn't sure what was going on at all, to be exact. You wrote this paragraph, though. So are you writing all this as it's happening? I currently don't know what's going on, and I want you to know. But wait a minute. Did Link just talk to I hope not. He was a wolf, so that would have been weird. But I was brought to the Twilight realm after a very long black screen break happened. I love those black screen breaks. This is great. I was now as human Link. Thank God. And the hero's tunic and Ordon's sword. And also shield, although it does not list that. In hand. My shield was gone. Okay, well there wasn't a shield. Fuck. For some reason. I decided to check the items menu to see what I had, and all I really did have was the slingshot, some water bombs, and the fishing rod. I also had a half bottle of milk. I went into the equipment menu next. Link's figure was not present in the little box where he normally should be, and my equipment from the file select before I started playing was all there. The only thing missing was my shield, and I went back to the actual game and noticed that the option to speak to Midna was missing. The Twilight Realms theme was playing in reverse, so here we go. And now we're going to stockpile a bunch of bullshit on this. So what okay, so we got reverse. And it was a little unnerving, what with it going backwards. The Twilight Realm looked fine to me. Nothing was out of the ordinary. And it still looked like the creepy, depressing mini temple it always was. Good for it. I moved Link around and decided to check on some of the citizens that were left. I had the option of speaking to them, so I decided to talk to them, which is another word for speak. A text box appeared, saying they are inside. Great people. I ran toward one of the entrances of the palace and was immediately brought to Xant's boss chamber. Midna was on the ground in the middle of the area, still in her weak state, and Xant and Ganondorf were near the throne. They both had smirks on their faces, and Midna had a really panicked look as she was breathing heavily. Stop with the breathing heavily. A text box with blue font color appeared saying, "Help me, Link." And Midna reached out her hand. Link ran toward her without any control. Wait, without my control yet again. Did that happen before? If it didn't, at some point during this story, I'm sure he was supposed to lose control. Let's just pretend that it happened. But yeah, Link started running. My control yet again, and the screen cut to black. A loud boom could be heard from Midna, and Link screamed, "What?" And I was brought to the title screen again, and it looked the same as it was supposed to. I'm sorry, a loud boom could be heard, and Midna and Link screamed. I was brought to the title screen again, and it looked the same as it was supposed to. Oh, good, so nothing happened. Thought I missed something. I was shocked. Too shocked at this point to even think clearly, but something told me to look. Something always tells me to do something. Just one last time, look one last time. Click the start button and was brought to the file select. The file music wasn't playing anymore though. It was Midna's Lament. I chose my file and a text box appeared with blue font saying, "You did this to us. We could have saved our worlds, but you couldn't just have some patience. Now could you? Had to go get lost, even though you didn't get lost. I'm confused by that still, but you disgust me. Regardless, either way. Are you proud of what you've done?" And then the story just kind of ends, implying that well, first of all, I want to point out that Twilight Princess is not Animal Crossing and does not have an eternal clock. But I think this story is proposing, well, what if it did have an eternal clock? You just left all them hanging for, like, years to go play Persona 4 Golden in the future. But I don't know. This was a story, and it is over now. Like, there's no more text, so we've all learned something here today. I'm not sure what it was. So until next time, I'll see you next time on Bullshit Creepypasta Story. Oh, what's that I hear calling in the distance? It couldn't be an end slate. Hello everyone, and welcome back to End Slate, where I've again tricked you into watching a video to get to the end slate, falling for my incredible ruses once again. I hope someone enjoyed the video of Midna's sorrow. If you did, you want to like it or leave a comment or do anything that would make YouTube's algorithm like me, slapping around a bit, greatly appreciated. I hope you're doing well. Also, hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you're all safe. But social media shit. Twitter, stream on Twitch. I have a YouTube, Patreon, Facebook, allegedly, Discord. I think that's it. But that's it. It feels like it's been a while since I've done it this way, and I'm just feeling so thankful that I gotta thank Deshaun Lewis, Shadow Wolf. Just thank you so much. Thank you, Kiki Erzabet. Just thanks. Thank you, Michaela. Rabbit, Skinny 720, Young Silver, Decayed Best Common Rider. Yep, we're doing thank yous again in the live videos. I don't care anymore. Thank you, Mama Aki. Thank you, Antonio Nguanio. Thank you, Bradley Harder. Thank you, Clodak, Fernando Silva, in all caps. Well, that's a good thing. Thank you, Galad, Goku. Thank you, Frozen Monitor. So I can't read anyway. Now I have to come up with some kind of buffer. Thanks, hey, it's Brad. That was a great buffer. Thank you, Kenpachi Ramasama, Lily Starflame, Michael Holder II, Nikki Layman, Nolan, Rage Magic Carp, Ragnar the Green. Also, shoutouts to Ragnar for running the Discord because I'm scared of it. Thank you, Cedars, PhD, Static Peaches, the Epi Man, who I still desperately want to call the Pie Man. I'm just saying. Thank you, though. Thank you, which I still can't say. Thank you, Vidya Gummy. Thank you, Orderly Chaos, and Purin, which is the Japanese name for Chili Puff, which is the Chinese name for Fatty. Thank you, A Pickle. Thank you, Anal Bag, Andrew Silverman, Andy Devora, and Evil Ghost. There wasn't any evil ghosts in this story. I am disappointed. Thank you, Angel Bane, and Orange. It's the most fanciest orange ever. An orange. Thank you very much. Thank you, David Martinez, Derek Chapman, Dez, aka Zatso. Hope you're well. Hope you're all well. Thank you, Dylan Swenson. Feels like a while since we've done this. Thank you, Elfrey684. Thank you, Heather Hawthorne Heights. The Ohio is for lovers. Thank you, Janelle Rambo. Thank you, Joe Mortfolio. Thank you, John Mayer, the weatherman. Thank you, Joseph Almodovar. Thank you, Kamimon. Thank you, Keitaro. Thank you, Kirsten Soto. I broke everything. And oops, no, everything is still broken. Thank you, Mr. Bowler. Thank you, Lenny Barks. Thank you, Link the 8th. Thank you, Painful Choice. Thank you. Hold on a second. Thank you, Red R. River Casey, Arpie Spies, Sarah Salmon, Cole Ian. Oh, I'm sorry. I screwed that up. I got the first part. The last part. Cole Ian. I did not say that right the second time either. I gotta break that down. But thank you. Thank you, Scarlet Robin. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Scott Labar, Sean Cartar, and thank you, Shillick and Slickster, Maxwell Tasca. Thank you, SMK, Snooper, Soft Shell, The Class Changing Taco. It's a good name. Thank you, Stone Ghost. Thank you, Storm Rider. Thank you, the Prince of Ravens, the Wheels on the Bus Go Die Die Die, the Club Rocker, the R9, and RE4. Still a reliable weapon all these years later, and available on all consoles. Thank you, Tim Klomp, Trevor Marquez, Tropic, Whitman, Zachary Alexander, Ludwig, Infinity Games, and John Paul Hoare. I said that correctly. Now let's see how long we've been recording for. Not even 6 minutes yet. Well, that's disappointing. I'm sorry, everyone. I know this didn't live up to the gigantic expectations I've set forth with Slate. But moving forward, I think we can get through this together. Unless the video is under 10 minutes, at which point I'm probably going to do it shorter. I hope you all enjoyed the video, though. I hope you all have a lovely day and or night, depending on your time zone. Love you all. Thank you for watching. And until next time, I'm Yuri Wynn. This was an Slate. This was a questionable video. Thank you for watching it. And I'll see you next time on Slate.